One of the big things we want to explore is how bands got their names. I mean, let's face it, that looking back has to be one of the key moments in a band when they settle on a name prior to them becoming famous. I mean, you can't know back then what you'll become later down the line. I mean, sure, you have hopes and dreams, but that happens after this crucial moment, the moment of choosing a band name. Now, Nirvana was no exception. Kurt Cobain explained to biographer Michael Azerrad, "I wanted a name that was kind of beautiful or nice and pretty instead of a mean, raunch punk rock name like the Angry Samoans. It was also 9 o'clock in the morning and I was pretty hungover." Nirvana is a much better name than Fecal Matter, which is one of the names they went by early on, well, at least in my opinion. Kurt Cobain and his high school buddy Chris Novoselic started out playing as a Creedence Clearwater Revival cover band, which was popular in the area of Washington State in which they lived, which was Aberdeen, I believe. They called themselves the Sellouts in an obvious poke at the fact that they were playing music that they didn't like to be able to be paid for it. The Sellouts didn't last very long, and they reformed with Aaron Burckhard on drums, and Aaron is sometimes considered to be the original drummer for Nirvana, and at this time they were known as Skid Row, and no, not that Skid Row, silly. By the time Nirvana was in their final configuration of the trio with the addition of Dave Grohl, Kurt was not feeling the same way about the name Nirvana as he was back in the beginning. I guess he wasn't hungover when he thought about it. Kurt told biographer Michael Azerrad, I didn't even like the name because it sounded too esoteric and serious. So here is this trio whose heritage points back to a small logging town from Washington, and welcome to the world of grunge. Of course, no good thing doesn't go unpunished. It was just then somewhere over in England, well, let's say UK, as we don't really know where the other Nirvana band is actually from. Yep, that's right. Imagine that a 60s band called Nirvana. Who would have thought? Probably should have seen that one coming, I guess. And guess what this old 60s band called Nirvana do? Yep, they go ahead and sue Kurt and the boys, and it says they ended up having to pay this old Nirvana band $100,000. I believe they even went one step further and did a cover album called Nirvana covering Nirvana. You gotta give him credit, he definitely made use of the opportunity that was laid before him. Well, check back for future videos on how did they get their name, and I'm sure we'll learn some more cool stuff.